Recognize this man? You recognize him? Take a good look. That's my boy. Recognize him? Do you? Do you? Do you? Hmm? Recognize him? Hmm? He went to visit you one time. Remember him, boy? You remember him, boy? You remember him? You remember him? Boy? Enjoy the Holy Week, okay? Enjoy your Holy Week. So I'm saying? And you recognize the warden guy here, right? The guard. You recognize that guy there, huh? You recognize him? You recognize him, the guy here? You recognize this guy? You recognize him? He paid you a visit once before, didn't he, bro? Recognize this man? That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. That was around the time he was dating Dimples that he had contacted, well, excuse me, it was it was Mario. I'll tell you who it was. It was Mario. And Mario's girlfriend, and I know Mario's probably out. Hey, Mario, what's going on, man? You must be out. I know you've been following this. We may not talk, but yeah, you've been pretty quiet, but that's okay. And it was Mario's girlfriend who seen his profile on Tinder. And this is while he was dating Dimples, all his love and all that, and a future and all that shit, right? But he was persistent and insistent that they would meet in the meeting place. And I'm telling the truth because I've actually talked about this before. It's nothing new. And that's what happened. They didn't meet, but she was testing how far he would go. And the meeting place was J Mall. It was during that time that the Bureau of Immigration's office was still there in the J Mall. And they were going to meet outside near the front entrance where the steps were. But he kept on being very persistent with that. Okay, until she just stopped communicating with him. That was it. He didn't send any nasty letters to her or anything like that. As you probably figured that he probably would, but he didn't send any nasty letters like "fuck you, bitch" or anything like that. He didn't do anything like that. He just gave up. But he tried, but he was still on Tinder. That desperate scene in the garage. Oh, yeah, no, wait. Yeah, I agree with you, Dave. Well, the only reason I'm talking about him tonight is because this information was brought up to me earlier. And I never received an email from this guy. So I never really knew about it, so I never had anything to talk about in regards to that. But he reminded me of this. I said, I don't know, maybe I deleted the message accidentally or put you on spam or something. I said, I never received a letter on that because I said, damn well I would have put that on my show. But apparently, and I don't remember her name, he refers to her as the girl that was dating the German guy. I guess even he forgot the name. She was a skinny little balink, tiny little thing, very thin. You could throw her up in the air. She'd probably fly. Evan Mantini. Wasn't me, and you don't need to talk about me on your channel. I only tell you once, thanks. Well, there's Evan himself. Hey, what's up? I knew you've been following me all this time. By the way, I drew you out. That's why I mentioned your name. I had a feeling, boy, I tell you, man, sometimes I wonder about my powers. I knew I'd draw you out somehow, some way, if I mentioned your name. But am I lying about what, you're on here now. Did I lie about your girlfriend doing this? Come on, tell me. This is an old story. Am I lying about it? Am I lying about it? What does it mean you don't need to talk about me? And see, there you go, folks. You don't need to talk about me on your channel. I'll only tell you once. Oh, you can make up any story you want, Evan. You can make up any story that you want. Any story that you want because you feel like your butt hurt. And I'm going to believe you and they're going to believe you. Yeah. I'm sure they are. I'm real sure they are. Well, I hope everything's, despite your nasty disposition, I hope everything's going well with you, Mr. Lantini. Hope Maria's still with you. I hope you don't have any more skin cancer. Hope everything's going well with you. I mean that. See, I used to talk to this guy just about every single day for 3 years or whatever it's been. Now, he didn't like Barry any much more than I did. And that's why he was willing to help me. And I do owe him for the fact that he did a lot of legwork for me. He did. He was kind of instrumental on getting the agents over there to get Barry. He made sure himself that Barry was still there. So yes, he was a big help to me. See, I'm giving you credit when it's due, Evan. See, I'm giving you credit. I'm not taking all the credit. I'm being fair about this. This guy helped me a lot. He even brought the police over to that one place. It was upstairs. He didn't stay long. He didn't want to pay the rent. Where the landlord themselves said that a lot of young girls were coming in and out of his place. Remember that, Evan? And you know who came over, right? You know exactly who came over. Right? Say that. Say it. Say it. So now you want to threaten me? I didn't do anything with Henry, except I made a report with Henry's office because he was in charge of that kind of cybercrime. I didn't do anything with Henry. Henry was a delivery boy, and that's all he was. And you know that, and you know I'm telling the truth. I'll put no words in your mouth. And he had gone over there to talk to the warden to let him know that Barry was still using his phone. Why don't you tell them that? Why don't you tell them that? Why don't you tell them that? You used Henry to try to set up Ricky. What does Ricky have to do with any of this? This is about Barry. Ricky. No. Henry had nothing to do with Ricky. That's where I'm catching you in another lie. I wasn't involved in any of Ricky's nefarious shit at that time where I had to go use, because I didn't have any report on Ricky. So Henry, you have nothing to do with that. I don't know what you're talking about on that. That's bullshit. Now you're lying. Nothing. Set up Ricky. No. I never even had a report in on Ricky. That's who you're lying. My concentration was on Barry. I have nothing to do setting up Ricky. Keep me out of your channel. You know what I know. And what do you know? Tell us what you know. I'm not afraid what you have to say, but I know you're going to tell a lie. And by the way, folks, this guy here, the reason he's on the lam is because he had got somebody incarcerated that wants to kill him. His friends want to kill him. I don't know if the guy's still in jail. That's why he's always been incognito. I could talk about that too if you want me to. Touche. Touche turtle. If you want me to talk about that in detail, I will. On your own channel. Do what you want. I don't give a rat's ass. Ricky was never involved. That's why I know you're a liar. Ricky was never involved. I never was any paperwork done on Ricky at the time. Nothing. Zero. And you talk about this Henry guy? Henry was just a messenger, that's all it was. And he wanted to talk to the warden about Barry's use of his phone. I know you could believe that, and that's what I told you too. And you know what? Henry did not trust me or trust her, you, when he met you. Yeah, you were driving. You were in his car, and you drove him. You guys drove over to where Barry was staying. Uh, where was it? It wasn't Minganilla. It was a place upstairs, and you remember. But Barry wasn't there because he had moved out. He didn't pay his rent. And you talked actually to the landlord, and he said that these young women were coming in and out. Am I lying about that? You know I'm not lying about that. Right. There you go. You can't argue me on that. Nope. But you were involved in some nefarious shit too that I could talk about too if you want me to. Okay? And I know where you live because I know it through this guy because he was with you. And you tried to entice him with what? What did you give him? His whole thing of cookie stuff or chocolates to bring home to his wife. You remember that? No, 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 no. No, it was vitamins. You had these vitamins that you were giving to Henry. Oh, but you don't remember that. No, it wasn't candy or something. It was some vitamins that you were giving him to try to kind of butter him up. He knows more about you than you think, by the way, just to let you know. And he didn't trust you. And that's where I got your real name because he asked you for your ID. Because if you were going to cavort with him in any way, okay, he wanted to know who he was dealing with. So he saw your card and he told me the name. There you go. This isn't a negotiation. Keep my name off your channel. That's all I'm going to do. What are you going to do? You going to come here and kick my ass? What are you going to do, Mario? You met me. Remember when you met me, you said, Jam, you look a lot bigger than I thought you were. And you were like as big as Barry, motherfucker. You said that. We were in the freezer section when I ran into you in SNR. Remember that? Am I lying about that too? Am I lying about that? You know I'm not. You won't argue that because that's true. But don't go threaten me, buddy, because I got information on you too that you don't think I have. I know a little about stuff in California too and why you left. Don't let me go into that. Okay? Because I will. I'll be fair about it. Okay. But, you know, Evan is not innocent at all. And that's why you don't see his face. That's why you don't see him. Because he's got a lot to hide. A lot to hide. He's in fear of his life, in fact. That's a fact. And I will swear on everything that's holy and not holy, everything that is good in my life, I will swear to that. Now, try me, you won't like the results either. You won't like it at all. Because I'll smear you all over the fucking internet. I'll tell people things that you told me. Remember, I take notes too. And you think I trusted you the whole time I was talking to you on the phone? Guess what? I gave you a lot of false information about myself because I didn't trust you. I didn't trust you. And I knew your character. You were a little snitch. You were a little sneak. So a lot of information I gave to you was very well planned. No matter what I talk about, whether it was money, whether it was whatever it was. Now, was I like that all the time, which you know? There were times I felt, okay, maybe I could trust this guy. But then it came upon me again. I said, why? Why? This guy's obviously a snitch. Big time. And if he snitched on this guy who's now in jail, and the guy has some very heavy-duty friends, can I really trust this guy? And me and Gilda talked it over and said, no, we can't. That's why I started feeding him a lot of bullshit. And he'd buy it every single time. You're gone, Mario. Nothing you say is going to faze me. I caught you in some lies. Ricky had nothing to do with this Henry guy. Nothing at all. Ricky was not that deep of an interest of mine at the time. that I was going to get Henry involved. Oh, I spoke to Henry about Ricky, but I didn't do any paperwork on Ricky at the time. Just to let you know. And not everything I talked about you on the phone was reality. I wanted to see your reaction. Look, I'm guilty of doing that online sometimes. I'll bait you, Mario, because I didn't trust you. Gilda didn't trust you, and guess what? Henry did not especially trust me. He even said it himself. He thought you were a weasel. I don't know what he called you in his language, but it's not a quote. He didn't trust you. The mustache, your whole character, and you talked. He said you talked a mile a minute like you were on speed or something. Am I lying about that? You're very energized in your talk. And that's why when you and I used to get into some arguments on the phone, Evan, I can't wait to say, and then like I'm holding the phone away from my head, I'm looking at Gilda and I'm going, holy shit. He wouldn't get off the phone. Sometimes we'd be on the phone for more than an hour or two. And then I'd have to make excuses how, okay, well, I gotta go eat something or something. When he started talking, he started talking. I mean, he had this energy in his talk that I never possessed that much. I do have a lot of energy in my voice, and I project very well, but when this guy gets talking about something, but that's only when he's really in a mood to be on the phone for a long time. But there were times he was on the phone with me and oh, well, I got things to do. I got to go run to the store. I got to go do this. Okay, fine. Talk to you another time. But there were other times when he had the time on his hands, as Maria's girlfriend wasn't there, and he had time to talk to me. We would talk for hours on the phone. It's not that I wanted to talk for hours, unless he gave me some new information about something. Okay, that's fine. Well, I'd ask him right away, well, how do you feel about this? Or what do you think about this? Or what's your opinion of this? Yeah, I've asked him those questions. And I have to tell you, a lot of times he was very helpful to me. A lot of times. He was actually strategic. And I'm being fair enough not to give myself the total credit. He was strategic. I mean, he was strategic in making this happen with the agents and all that. Of course, I had something to do with that, of course. In his setup, he even drove down with my lawyer in his own vehicles with the agents to point him out where Barry was staying in Karkar. During the time he was there was a motorcycle that clipped his car and caused some damage while he was there. He was going around the curve, and the guy clipped his car. I don't know if it's the mirror or the side door. Remember that? Am I lying about that too, Evan? Am I making this stuff up? Am I that great a storyteller? Well, I could be. That's everything you told me. Okay, so you guided them all the way there. But you see, the thing is that these agents were there prior. Not all of them. They were there prior, before you actually brought them over. Okay. You guided the lawyer down that way. Okay, basically. They already knew where he lived, but he guided you down there because he couldn't actually keep up with the van all the time. You had to be there to guide him. So you get there, and while you're going up there, a motorcycle clips your car, and you were pissed off. Remember that? Am I lying about that? Okay, there you go. So don't give me no bullshit and your bullshit stories. And as I said, I hate to tell you this, Jack. I didn't tell you the truth about everything in all our phone conversations. I will admit, though, that there was a period of time I began trusting you because you were cooperating with me very, very well. And I figured I got to put my trust into somebody. And there was times I actually, I enjoyed talking to this guy. But he said, well, I don't want, I'm looking for friendships. Well, because he didn't want to be out in the open. He was hiding. Okay, he was hiding. As he was doing, he was hiding. He didn't want to put his face out anywhere. He'd get out of his house, air conditioned, into his car. This he would not do that. Am I lying, Evan? Am I lying? You know I'm not. Well, I could be a pretty good bullshitter then. You have to give me an award for it if I'm lying. That's how it went. Yes, he did help me a lot. You see, he always prided himself as being, what do you call them? A kind of several things: a deep throat, a now there's another word I'm looking for. Actually, there's another word. Oh, he was like an amateur, like an amateur detective. What do you call him? A snoop? No, and I don't know. It's like an amateur detective. He prided himself in that. He goes, "I'm good at researching." He says, "He's sneaky." Well, he was pretty good. Yes, he was. I see. I give credit when it's due. I'm giving you credit. Yeah, but don't fuck with me either. Don't fuck with me either, man. If I wanted to find you, I could find you, and I know the exact person who'll still do it. And I'll tell you what. And you talk bad about Henry, dude. He's already got your information from your card. Let me just remind you of that. Okay, you know what his job position is. Oh, I'm still in touch with the guy, by the way. Holidays, everything. We become almost friends. Holidays and so forth. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I pretty much know his new position. What's going on with his family. He's got your information, Jack. Hate to tell you that. You start saying some naughty things about Henry, I don't think he's going to like it because Henry's got connections, bro. Don't think you'd like it at all. I'm just warning you. You do what you need to do, and I'll tell you what, I'll do what I need to do. And you know from all the talks to me, you know I'll do it, right? You know. You know. Okay, got that out. And did I lie about your girlfriend? Where am I lying on here? Everything I just said on here is the total truth, and you will not disagree with me on that. And you would have said it already. It was your girlfriend that got a hold of Barry. They're going to have a meeting place. You know I'm not lying about that, right? You gave Henry some kind of vitamin C type thing. Henry told me. You were trying to butter him up because you wanted to have these little legal connections. Because you... So, Sloot, that's the name. Sloot, S-L-E-U-T-H. Sloot, that's that. I believe that's spelling. You wanted to be a super sleuth. I don't know, maybe you were interested in the law at one time, but you were too small to join the force or something. I don't fucking know. You would have been a good snitch, I'll tell you that. You would have been the deep throat man. That's you were hiding in the shadows. That's who you are. That's why you got in trouble with this fucking dude who's in prison. And this guy was connected, and he has people that want to fucking kill you, Evan. Okay? That's why this guy goes into fucking hiding. I could elaborate on this a lot more. In fact, I hate to tell you, but I will. I don't have a lot of recordings, Jew, but I have a couple because I didn't trust you, remember? Where you were actually talking about this. That's kind of at the point of time when my trust for you was running out. I said, I don't trust this guy. And Gilda said to me, why do you talk to him? I said, well, he's good. He's pretty good at providing me for some information. I said, I got to give him credit, Gilda. And he's helped me with the Barry situation, you know. Absolutely. He sent me things I didn't even know. See, he didn't like Barry as much as I didn't like Barry. He hated Barry, maybe more than I don't know, disliked him. But he hated him. I disliked Barry a lot. But he hated Barry. His lies, everything. So I figured he's a good confidant. You know, I could trust this guy. But I couldn't, as I found out. Okay. And he's been a troll, and I notice as a fact, he's been a troll on YouTube for quite a few years. He had several names he went under. I might be able to look him up. I got to go to my old shit. That means I have to go to my laptop and have to do a little research on there. He went under different names on there, and he'd be making comments about Barry and all that. It was him. And he is still one of the trolls that probably comes on my channel. Now, how do I know he's still... Because all of a sudden, there was a little test. Well, it wasn't planned as that, to be honest with you. But I kind of knew in my heart that If I mentioned his name on here, I'd flush him out. And no sooner did I mention his name on here, there he was. That's the real man right there. That was him. That was him. I flushed him right out, which proves to me that he's been listening to me all along, and he's been one of the trolls that are pretending like they're on my side. See, I could even figure you out, Evan. I flushed you right out, didn't I? Right out of the toilet. Fucking turd. But I am grateful to you in some ways. I told you I'm a fair man. You helped me a lot with the Barry situation. You most certainly did. You weren't willing to help me out any other way. You weren't willing to contribute to the cause for anything, legally spent nothing, but, no. You didn't want to sign no papers. You didn't want to do nothing. But the important thing is Henry did meet you, and you were in the car for a while with him, and he did have to check your ID, and he's got that information down. He knows who you are. And believe me, he's got the connection since he's in the force to find you no matter where the fuck you are. Keep that in mind in case you want to pull some bullshit on YouTube. Because the minute I see something on there, I will contact. Got his phone number, got his email, got him on my messenger. You put bullshit on there, some lies about me, I'll contact him. Because he has a lot of contacts. Obviously, his profession. Okay? He didn't particularly like you, by the way, because as I said earlier, he didn't trust you for jack shit. Of course, you were going on a different name, calling yourself, Mario and all that. Then until he saw your ID. If he seen that, he knew that you were full of shit. But he had to see your ID. He wanted to see who he was dealing with because you were driving him over same car. And it was his car. I'm not sure whose car it was in. I'll be honest about that. Whether it was your car or you were in his car. But you drove over that one place where they actually had a warrant for Barry at the time, but it was around COVID and never went through. They were only given a certain, remember that? They were only given a certain amount of time they could enforce this. Well, Barry wasn't there, but you did get to talk to the landlord. Am I lying? Am I lying? You know I'm not. And they're the ones that said that, yes, there were young girls coming in and out of his place. Very often. And that his door was always open. People were just freely coming there. The kids were freely coming there. Now, I'm not accusing Barry at all of doing anything illegal with these young kids. Disclaimer. I'm just going by what you told me and what the landlord told you. That's all I'm saying. Disclaimer. Whatever happened to transpired in that time, well, I couldn't tell you. I only went from your information for what you got from the landlord. Okay? All right. Jesus is your first love. Well, tell you what, next time you see Jesus, take a picture, will you? I want to know how he parts his hair. Is Jesus even a man? Could be a woman. White skin, black skin. Was he Hispanic? Was he a Puerto Rican? Did he wear cockroach shoes with the points on it? Do tell. Okay. Anyway, there you go. Information Central. I can play that game too, dear Evan. I can play that game too. Anytime you want. And you know me. You know me. You know I will. You know I will. You absolutely know I will. And you don't want to get any more trouble than you're in now. See, this guy's been in hiding for years. Now, I don't know what the current situation with the guy he put behind bars. It was his information that he turned in that got this guy in jail. Okay? Some big shit too, man. And this was the guy that you don't fuck around with. So he's been in hiding all this time. The whole time, he's been living out here. Okay? The whole fucking time. That's why he don't expose himself. He will not do a show with his name or his picture on there. He's keeping quiet for a reason because he knows his life is in danger. Okay? Look, man, I played a lot of games. The matches and games going on YouTube for 10 years. I've never shunned away from participating in fighting the cause, whatever, providing information when needed, in my own defense or whatever. Never gave up on that. I never ran away from anything. But if you want to push me on something, I'll push back even harder, and I think you know me better than that. I think you do. I know you do. In fact, I know you do. You spread any fucking lies about me, I'm not going to lie. I'll tell the truth and go into it with further detail if that's what you want me to do. The minute I see something, I'm going to see it's you. Whether you come straight on as yourself or you come on as some anonymous person, I'll know it's you. I'll know it's you. And that's when I'm going to go gung-ho on your ass, you little twerp. There you go. Well, I'll catch you sometime at SNR on Thursdays when this guy normally goes to SNR. He's a little guy that looks like the Mario Brothers with a mustache. You'll see him. He's there on Thursday mornings. He goes every Thursday. Let's go to change his day now. He comes here every Thursday, SNR. Or I'll catch you up at the, what do you call that place, the Point, the big lookout up there? Tops. He likes to go to Tops. I'll run into you sometime, brother. This time I ain't gonna be talking about groceries. You pull some shit on me, you know I'm bigger than you. In fact, you were surprised. You thought I was a short little guy like you. And actually, when I first met you, I was shocked. Because at the time, I only seen you on camera one time. You got no shirt on, you have a hairy chest. You were walking around the room. Then it wasn't on camera after that point. Then we accidentally ran into each other at SNR, and I was shocked. You were this tiny little guy with a mustache, looked like the Mario Brothers from the game, the pinball machine. That's exactly what he looks like. I'm not kidding you guys. Maybe that's why he went the name Mario, like in the Mario Brothers. That's what he looked like. He was a little twerp. Even Barry could probably kick his ass, and that's saying a lot. Don't fuck with me, Evan. I'll tell you that right now. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me. Or you'll wind up in the same position that Barry's in, or worse. Because I'm at the point I don't give a fuck anymore. Don't fuck with me, and don't fuck with Gilda either. She met you. She met you. Gilda has a voice too. She can always talk about something to Henry or somebody about you. Maybe something you did that she didn't like at all. She's a Filipina, remember? A lot of avenues to discover. Don't fuck with either one of us. And I know you trust in what I say. And you know I usually follow through with anything I say. There you go. I made my speech. Hello, strategic positioning. You're talking to Timmy. Oh, you mean Mario's blocked. But I knew I'd flush him out. Because you know what? I don't talk about this guy much. I don't usually have any reason to. But the times that I did, I'd flush him right out. He'd come on there and make a comment. Don't talk about me. Don't talk about me. Well, man, you talked about everybody else. Who didn't you talk about, man? You're a snitch. I mean, a real snitch. But you fucked with the wrong dude, and that's why you've been in hiding. You fucked with the wrong dude, man. And what I know about this guy, I took notes, by the way. Call me Warren if you wish. Or call me Fazio if you wish. Oh, please don't, but... This guy even went over to Fazio's place. Was investigating Fazio. Oh, he did. He went on his own over there. He went over there to investigate Fazio. He put his nose in everything, almost like Brevis. Oh, yeah, he knew what was going on. He got caught up in this shit. Even went to Fazio's place. He's the one that took the pictures that I put on there, and you could see it from the windshield of his car. He was snapping pictures, and it showed Fazio's shack, and I put that on there once. It showed Fazio's shack, And there was a big tree right next to the shack at the corner of the lot. He took pictures of the hotel next door. Yeah, he was down there. He gave me those pictures, and I put them on. So he was snooping on fucking Fazio too. There you go. There you go. Yeah, you do what you want there, Evan. You do what you want, but I know who you are now. And Henry knows who the hell you are. And I'll tell you what, you fuck with Henry, you're fucking with the wrong person. Because I know a lot about Henry. And I think you know what I mean. He's a good guy. But I know one thing, don't fuck with him. Don't fuck with him. He has a family. That's all I'm going to say. Don't fuck with him. One word out to this guy, you say something derogative about him in any form or way, he'll figure out where you live. He's still living there. He'll figure it out. He'll go to the passport system, whatever he has to do. He'll figure you out. That's his job. That's what he does. And now that they got a forensic unit there, yeah, now everybody's being taught online forensics for YouTube and social media. They got a budget 5 years ago for this. No, it was about 4 years ago, actually. Now they learn forensics, how to look up people. Reverse technology, kind of like reverse lookup type stuff. Yeah. There you go, bud. You're messing with the wrong fucking guy. But I'm glad I flushed you out. That just proves that you've been listening the whole damn time. Well, I hope you've been entertained. And I know, Evan, I know you've been on here as a troll every day to listen to everything I say. You went under some names where you went under the attack of me. You went under names where you were acting like you were friendly with me and you were promoting my channel. Or actually, you were pro me and pro my channel. I'm not stupid, Evan. I figured you out a long time ago. That's when I stopped giving you pertinent information about what I was doing. That's when I figured out that you are a rat. Because I caught you in a couple of lies. Actually did. When you forgot something you told me and I remembered it and you said something totally different. That's when I started not trusting you. But you were a help to me, though. You were a big help. A very big help. And I said, I thank you for that. And Gilda thanks you for that, too. But you're messing with the wrong couple here, okay? The lies, you are very capable of lying. I found that out. I found that out. Lying. Lying. But like I said, step on my foot again. I'm going to step back, but I'm going to step real hard. And you talk about this police officer trying to accuse him of something. Oh, he'll know about it. I'll tell him, and he'll track you down, motherfucker. And he'll find a rhyme or reason to confront you and question you and take you in for questioning. Because when you fuck with him, you're fucking with his family, and he's got a nice family. You're fucking with his livelihood. And, you know, Filipinos are the kind of people who cherish their families, cherish their job, cherish their wife and kids and the food on their table. And when you mess with people like that and they're in a big position like that, it's just a suggestion that probably not a good idea. That's about all I'm going to say on that. But he doesn't have to be in this position he's in. He could be anybody. He could be any Filipino. Same deal. You don't take somebody's food off their table. No, not in this country you're not. You don't lie about somebody either. Not in this country you don't. But especially if somebody's in a high position, you especially don't lie to, Evan. Ever. Ever. I think you know better than that. Okay, so how's everybody's day? I didn't plan this on getting in some kind of a war with Evan, but I did flush him out. I'm glad I did because It's just, I was just saying to Gilda about 3 weeks ago or a month ago, I said I still call him Mario because that's always what I used to call him. Name he wanted to go under. I said, I bet you Mario's still living. I said, I bet you he's one of the trolls on here. She just basically said, I wouldn't be surprised. And I wasn't. Because, let's call him Mario for the sake of it. Mario. He was deep into this shit. And not just Barry. He got interested in Ricky and other people too. Big time. Big time. He got caught up in the vortex of all this. He's the one who used to provide a lot of information to me I didn't even know. Super sleuth. He missed his profession. He missed his calling. He missed his calling. He worked as an electrician in California. You don't know? Okay. I'll tell you everything. He quit smoking because one time he went in the office, his supervisor, whatever it was, he went in there, a client or a boss or something, and he smelled so much of cigarettes because he smoked a lot. They just kind of waved their hands and say, man. And he didn't realize he smelled that much of cigarettes. He quit. It wasn't too long after that. Am I lying about that too, Evan? Am I lying about that? I have no reason. No reason to lie. Okay? I obviously know a lot about you. Why don't you just keep that in mind? Save yourself a lot of trouble. I see you posting something bullshit about me. We're going after you, bud. Me and Henry. We'll be after your fucking ass. Because you see, you're talking about him. What did you just say earlier? I know what Henry did. What did Henry do? What did Henry do? What did he do? And why don't you tell him that what he did? I triple dog dare you. Why don't you tell Henry your bullshit? Is that the threat you're going to use against Henry? You're going to threat Henry? I don't think so. I mean, I really don't think so. You were in no position to do that. Keep that in mind. Okay, with that being said. Whew. Damn. God, you almost made me hungry here for something. What have I got to eat? I need some cheese. I need some cheese. Got my protein. And dude, man, get a fucking razor, man. And fucking cut the hair in your fucking chest. Gotta remember that. We first went on camera, you know. You got a hairy motherfucking chest, man, like a gorilla. Damn. And lose that goddamn mustache. You look like the Mario Brothers. I'm sure it's not the first time somebody told you that. You do, man. I'm sorry, but you do. I don't know. That could be a good thing or a bad thing, whatever anybody's interpretation of it, you know. But you do, and maybe that's why he used the name Mario. Yeah. Lots of information, Mario. More than you know. You like to gamble? Gamble. Roll the dice. It's going to either be lucky 7 or it's going to be snake eyes. You know me better than that. Oh, I've opened up to you about a few things. I did when I trusted you at the time. But then as time went by, I didn't feel I could trust you. So you sure got argumentative with me. You didn't want me to win the conversation. You had to take over all the conversation on the phone. And you wouldn't shut up. And I'm going to Gilda like I'm going like this. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Yap mouth, blah, 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 blah. I wanted to get off the phone many times. So I had to find an excuse. I had to find an excuse. For real. Anyway, enough about Mario Brothers there. We all have secrets, don't we, Mario? All right. I'm willing to reveal mine. Play your cards. Play your cards right. And yes, I am in touch with this gentleman. More than you know. And he never liked you. He never believed you. He never trusted you. And you were also going, yap, 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 in the guy's car. Yap, 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 talking 60 miles an hour like you normally do. Yap, 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 motor mouth, motor mouth. And he has a squeaky voice too, by the way. He has a real squeaky voice, like a little guy. A real squeaky voice. Not a deep voice, a manly. He has a squeaky voice. There were times, Mario, no offense, man, but I had to get off the phone with you. But in all honesty, there was a few times I think you had to get off the phone with me too, because I was sucking you for information. And I went on with my motor mouth a few times, but not like you did. See, am I not telling the truth? Why would I say it about myself? Because he knows I'm telling the truth. I'll just make the last statement. You want to get ugly with me? I'll make you fugly ugly. You want to remain in the region? I suggest you shut your fucking mouth with your lies. Because you're in no position whatsoever to bullshit about me. Just keep that in mind. I'm just telling you. I know you got a temper like I can have a temper. I know you in that way. You get your little temper tantrums. I know you do. I know you do. I've experienced it on the phone with you. You get all yappity mouth, you don't agree with me on something, you go busted brown, you know. Rattled, that's a good word. Well, I could rattle somebody's cage if I really want to here. I might have to. So, meanwhile, I'm going to gather all my information on you, and I may decide to show it on here. I may even play a recording of you. Oh, you didn't know I had that? I know, I'm not very high-tech. Well, I'm really not. See, when I had two phones, you know I did. I just used one phone to record what was on there. And he'd always be on my speaker. So that's how I did it. That's how I did it with a lot of people too, actually. I had to always have a record. I always need a backup. Remember that? I used to tell you that. And you didn't agree with me with everything. But you did agree with me with a few things. And actually, you were quite surprised when I found that information that you could not. And you get upset because you weren't the one that found out the information I did, because you were the super sleuth, remember? I think you wanted to wear a badge in Secret Life. I am super sleuth. He's like that sneaky little character. He's a little guy with a big mustache. You can see him in the alleyways in the dark, with a fucking cone on his ear or something, or listening and just listening, taking notes. And he was kind of like that guy, sneaky little guy. Anyway, how are you folks doing tonight? Let's get off this. Flushed you out, Evan. Flushed you out, didn't I? Flushed you right out of that turd ball, didn't I? There he was. You see, I don't talk about him hardly at all on here. But I did notice historically, when I did mention his name, he'd come on right away. Don't you be talking about me. I say, don't you talk about my woman. Well, he would say, don't you talk about me. Oh, he hates for me to talk about him because he's got a lot to hide. That's why. Oh, yeah, he does. Don't you, Evan? And you know I know that. Don't you? Boy. Oh, yeah. Oh, he tried to do a lot of things, even with Barry. I mean, my God. My God. And he used to come on under false names. He's got sock accounts. When all this shit was going on with Barry, oh, man, he used to get on there and tear Barry apart. I didn't mind that. You know, he was helping me out, but he used to come on there and tear Barry apart. He'd make comments in other people's shows, Big Kevin, Allo, all these people. He'd come on under different names. He had several names. But he'd come on with different names, you know, anonymously. He would not have an icon that would show his picture or anything like that. But he would come on under different names. He was very active in the troll department. He's very active. He just went into some sock account names. Didn't you? Didn't you there, Evan? You sure fucking did. You sure fucking did. You sure did. You sure did. Okay, are we done, folks? I'll be looking out for you there, Evan. Remember, I got my finger on the pulse with everything that goes on YouTube here. You put some bullshit thing on about me, I'll know about it. Because people will tell me. Then see whose ball is in whose court, so to speak, you know. Maybe a real court. But don't fuck with Henry, I'll tell you that right now. Wrong person to fuck with. Wrong person. I think you know that. We've had some talks, didn't we? Well, if you remember that, you know that he's not somebody to fuck with. Okay? No, not him. Not really any law enforcement man. Don't fuck with a law enforcement man. That may not be a great idea. Just to let you know. Just to give you a heads up. Okay? Because you did entertain me for a while. I got to give you credit. There was a time I actually liked talking to this guy. He passed the time when I was bored. I'm sure I did for him too. He had his moments when his girlfriend wasn't visiting, and he had time on his hands. He did his shopping, everything he needed to do. Oh, he'd open up to me about some illnesses or that, or skin cancer, or whatever he was getting. You know, he talked to me about it. Yeah, he got personal with me. I remember all of that shit. I did better than that, than just to remember it. Keep in mind too. Okay, anybody want to say hello on here or something? And how's your day going, Frank? It's going very well, thank you. Very, very well. Good day. Good day, sunshine. Good day, sunshine. Thanks for the 100 there, percent. Don't forget, folks, we are monetized only on Gcash. We'll put that in the description box. If I've been entertaining you all this time, right on, brothers, my brethrens. It's time to say, hey, dude, thank you, man. You've been such great information, great entertainment all these years. Show a little appreciation. I'll accept it. I'm proud enough. With that being said. Okay. Any more threats, Evan? Any more? Oh, that's right. I blocked you, didn't I? Oh, I'm sorry. I should have just let you. I should have just let you talk. My mistake. Old habits are hard to break. Let's see what I got here. Sorry, can't get you back. Oh, I would have tried. I'm sorry, Evan. I kind of acted on impulse. I acted on impulse. My apologies. Maybe we could remedy that. Perhaps another time. Okay, I'm pretty much done what I have to say on here. I want to watch a movie or something. If you don't mind. Been a fun show so far. Anyway, Evan, I hope things are going good with Maria. Yeah, and you know, my girlfriend, folks, only a couple of times she said hello, you know. I think they actually communicated on Messenger a couple of times. She was actually getting friendly with Evan's girlfriend. She seems like a really nice gal. Me and Mary used to sing that song all the time. Like we were buds. I wrote a letter to Maria. Yeah, what was that song? Maria. I wrote a letter to Maria. He knew all the words to that. He knew all the words to that. I wrote a letter to Maria. Remember that? Remember that, Mario? Did we not sing that song together? Like two buds, right? Huh? 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 Am I right? Am I lying? Not a goddamn lie I told on this show. Not a goddamn lie. Unlike you, when you're like a rat in the corner when you get fucking trapped, you tell lies. You feel cornered.